Hi, I just want to take you through three of the most popular agile estimation techniques. Um, like in the previous session, we spoke about t-shirt sizes as one of the methods of estimating, and then there's planning poker, and there's one more which is called relative mass valuation. They work very similarly, and essentially the notion is the same that you have to benchmark a story and as a basic, and then you have to estimate the others basis the benchmarked one. But the relative mass valuation helps in going through or sifting through a very large chunk of stories. Let me just take you through one by one. So in planning poker, essentially everybody gets a set of cards. Now, those can be cards. Those can be simply a piece of paper, and the numbers will range from 0 to 21 on the Fibonacci series. Now each user story is read and shared. Once the user story is presented, then everybody has to raise a card which they believe to be the level of effort. So team members with the highest and lowest numbers are asked to explain their choice. Why do they think that it is so much complex, and or why is it so easy? And typically it happens that after a few rounds of doing this exercise again and again, the team members begin to agree on the story points for the user story. Now this is a great way for the everyone to understand the effort needed for each of the tasks. Everybody comes to the same page, and typically if the user story is believed to be much higher than 21, then basically it's an epic which needs to be further broken down into smaller user stories. So this method actually typically works really well when the number of stories is less. When I say less, I mean uh, typically a planning poker exercise should not last more than half an hour, 45 minutes. So if each story is taking 1 minute or 30 seconds, then you can imagine that you can at max go through 60 to 100 stories, which again is a lot, right? So you should aim for finishing the planning poker in 30 to 45 minutes for a typical sprint length, not more than that. The next easier method is, which is a non-numerical method, very simply the t-shirt sizing. So when you remove the precision of numbers, team members are at a great freedom to use. They do not have to exactly pinpoint that okay, it is 5 or this is 9 or this is 13 level of complexity, right? But if you simply say no, for me it's a large, I think it's going to take me longer, it's going to take much lesser time. So that helps in avoiding specific quantitative estimate, and that is why t-shirt sizes are pretty popular, right? But because it is and the same benefit is also treated as a negative, because it's not very specific, and that's why the effort estimates are much uh, you know very vague, essentially, and the sizes do not translate to numerical values effectively, right? So it's good for doing a very large estimate very at a very high level. But if you want to make a proper estimate of week on week, then t-shirt sizes are usually avoided. But if you want to make a estimate for a 3 month long process or 6 month long process, t-shirt sizes can work a little better. The third is a very interesting relative mass valuation approach. It's a very quick method. It works really fast. It works kind of like a binary sort. The way this binary sort is a algorithm for searching. So once you have written a card for each of the user stories on the backlog, then either you can use a whiteboard or simply a piece of, or a table where you can put all the stories and put together. Now you pick a story randomly and ask the team to estimate if it's small, medium, large. If the majority agrees that uh, it's a large task, then simply place it on one extreme of the table or the board. And if it is a story determined to be small, then place it at the other end. And then you keep doing this till everything is sorted from the smallest to the largest. So this method is binary sort, and this is exactly binary sort. So you can use one of these three methods, or you can invent your own to make quick estimations. But as you can see that most of these estimations are relative in order, and the idea is to conduct couple of sprints to get to a point where you can start predicting the number of large or the number of small tasks that can be done in a certain week, so that you can make much more accurate predictions uh, going forward. That's it for now, guys. Thank you so much.